Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today I'm going to be giving an update after a long time on Zomedica. Now this one here I'm going to go through a bit of the due diligence, everything you could find in the recent history, upcoming things, and then technical analysis. If you'd like to skip the technical analysis, feel free to do so. You'll find the link in the comments below. Make sure to drop a like to this video to help the channel grow, subscribe, and leave notifications on, and let's jump right into this one. So Zomedica. This one here has an interesting pipeline. Now this one here is basically, as they say, improving companion animal health. So it is more regarding animals' health, especially canine and canine transactions, as well as other kind of common domesticated pets. So first off, you have the TRUFORMA, which is a big one coming up, and it has a lot of different basically stages and launches coming up soon. This one here is on the verge of a market launch. I'll go through the details in a second. Now, the next one is ZM020 and then ZM017. And so, respectively, one of them works with urine and fecal testing regarding the point-of-care pathogen detection platform, and the other one is canine cancer liquid biopsy platform. For these two words, I'm not going to even attempt saying it because I'm not in that field. Now, this one here for TRUFORMA is basically a thyroid and adrenal disorder. This one is for point-of-care biosensor platform, and they have partnered with Qorvo Biotechs to collaborate on development of a collection of rapid veterinary, vet diagnostic assays with the goal to deliver reference lab performance at the point of care. So formerly, this was known actually as ZM024, and it's expected to be comprised of a tabletop instrument that uses disposable assay cartridges to test a range of sample, including whole blood serums and plasma. Joint development's work initially targets 5 assays candidates to detect certain thyroid and adrenal disorders in both dogs and cats. So basically, the machine's looks something like this one here. It's a tabletop. You put in your basic information in as well as the sample, and you're able to get the results back in 20 minutes. Now, the next thing here we want to look at is the news releases. Now, one of the latest one in 2021 was they're appointing Robert Cohen as a CEO as the company nears the commercializations of TRUFORMA. And then you have in 2020, you had a bunch of different things here. So Zomedica remained domicilized in Canada, and then you have Zomedica Complete's internal launch team for upcoming TRUFORMA. Zomedica sets March 30th, 2021 as expected commercialization date for TRUFORMA, and they announced third quarter results. So quickly, bit of each here. So this one here about their status in Canada, they mentioned here in a quote, "I would like to sincerely thank our many shareholders who supported management recommendation and voted on favor of domestication of Zomedica, which can have enabled management to achieve a significant cost saving for the company," stated Robert Cohen, interim CEO of Zomedica. Because the domesticated proposal failed to receive the votes required for approval, the implementation of a new stock option plan will not occur, even though it was approved by requisite majority of the votes in the meeting. The company will continue to use its present stock option plan to grant options to its personnel. Mr. Cohen further stated that remaining a Canadian company will have no impact whatsoever on our upcoming commercialization release of TRUFORMA, that planned for March 30th, 2021. So moving as well, here's quickly a small blurb I wanted to read. This was regarding their internal launch team for upcoming TRUFORMA commercialization. Miss Rock Jones, Mike Schlick, and Bonnie Bragdon at Zomedica. Mr. Seklik, Vice President of Sales, has demonstrated medical sales leadership over the past 25 years at Pfizer, and then at Abbott Laboratories, where he was responsible for the growth and development for more than 100 sales professionals and managers, serving a $300 million business unit, followed by positions as Vice President Sales and Business Development at I4 Clinovations and General Management. So this year really shows that their team is pretty much full of experience, and you can trust them with making sure this sales launch is positive. Now, the next here is their expected launch on March 30th, 2021. This is regarding the TRUFORMA, which has 70 issued and pending patents. That is amazing as well, and it's going to be a tabletop device that works in 20 minutes to get the results needed. We've already gone through this one here. Now, I did try to go on to their recent presentations and events. No upcoming events and presentations. Nothing is updated on their website here in terms of documentations and files. Might be some things coming up. Now, relating to the SEC filings, I try to go on and find some of the new SEC filings. So far, it's been insider buyers, a lot of them. So Cohen Robert, 12 million shares here at the end of the year. Next, Cotter Aim, around 3 million at the end of the year. Morley Stephanie, around 2.5 million end of the year. And there's a bit more, by the way. Cohen Robert, another 12 million at the end of the year addition. And then you have, as well as Cotter Aim, around another 3 million at the end of the year. Herbst Brunk, around 3 million at the end of the year. Morley Stephanie, another 2.5 at the end of the year. Actually, this is a little bit of a duplicate, my bad. And then going back now towards the other SEC filing, it's mainly in terms of putting Robert Cohen as the CEO effective immediately. And this is basically to increase his salary and make a bunch of different things. But that's nothing big for us to basically pinpoint or speculate on. Now, the next thing here is their annual cash bonus, which is around $60,000, and it's calculated based on achievements. So at least if they were to achieve certain targets, they would be rewarded with that money rather than just it being in a part of their income. We already covered this one here. Now coming on next is their compliance. So basically, if you go right now to NYSE, you'll find Zomedica as a low selling price non-compliance. And the big part of this one here is that if they fail to regain compliance with NYSE continued listing standard by, this was outdated October 10th, 2020. They did have an extension, but the one I really want to talk about, the NYSE American has advised us if that the trading price of our common shares fall below 0.06 per share, our common shares may be immediately suspended. So that is your basic range. I know they are currently, well, not in compliance, but they have an extension by switching their NYSE listing. So don't worry, they still have an extension on that sense, and they still have some time. But currently, the 0.06 or 6 cents per share is very much of a red flag there. Now, the next thing here is looking at institutional buyers. Nothing significant in 2021 except one, Savvy Management. And if you've been in this game long enough, you know Savvy, you don't want to swim in Savvy's water. That's like swimming with the sharks. They're known for manipulating and short selling and stuff like that. That's what I've heard, at least. Of course, these are all allegations again. Insider buyers, it looks like, other than the filings that we had seen just previously, nothing new. Coming now towards their financials, their market cap is around $273 million sharp. Price over book is around 6.63, which is a lot better than we've seen in other places. This is as well confirmed, similar to Finvis, very close to there. Price over sales, we don't have that yet because they don't have much of a revenue right now. But 6.63 around there, that is actually pretty good because a lot of different companies, especially penny stocks, have something like 10 or 50 or 60. I've seen it all. So 6.63 is a bit above the price over book off average of the SP 500 of 2 to 3, but nonetheless not that overpriced in comparison. It's working really on intrinsic value with Truforma. In the last few quarters, what you see here in terms of a breakdown, their total revenue, of course, has been zero. Their expenses have been somewhat stable in terms of quarter on quarter. Right now, they're averaging around $5 million a quarter. Net income is somewhere around there, around 5. The balance sheet here, what we get to see in terms of total assets on a quarterly basis is that the total cash flow has increased, and that's good because that gives you $53 million. It shows you that probably an offering is not likely, although this one has done quite a lot of offerings in the past. Nonetheless, total assets around 56.6 million. Their total liabilities is around 3 million, and so in all technicality, you can say that they're almost debt-free in that sense. Now, the next thing here is just I want to quickly go towards the annual incomes. So operating losses have been increasing annual year over year, and their net incomes aren't looking better, but the revenue changed in mid-2021 with the product launches. That should change things around. And in terms of total cash, they have been really increasing. They've increased it in 2020, but if you look back in 2017 to 2019, when the stock market wasn't as crazy, they had trouble having cash. Now, the next thing I want to cover here is quickly technical analysis. If you haven't done so, please make sure you actually drop subscribe and notifications on. I know a lot of you folks here, so from so many YouTubers, but this one here really makes a difference because my channel is just below 10,000, and once we cross that milestone, a lot of different features open up for me here on YouTube. So please consider subscribing if you have been watching this one for a while. Now, on a technical analysis point of view, what we get to see here is things on a one-day perspective look good. Now, the reason why I didn't do 1 week is because we don't have a lot of technical indicators here because of their NYSE basically change of listing. On a one-day perspective, you do have a momentum of 0.3. The MACD looks bullish and heading upwards, and that's a really good sign. William %R looks somewhere closer to overbought, and ADX is above 50, and that's usually a dangerous sign, and it's telling you expect pullbacks here or there. Now, on the moving averages, you get to see they're all bullish. 10 SMA, the green line, is above the 30 EMA, and within that zone, if it does dip here, you expect bounces to happen. 50 SMA is around 17 cents. It's currently all bullish and all across. The 200 SMA still didn't have time to get programmed in because of the moving of the listings. MACD shows that there might be another push into Monday. ADX shows in a potential of a trend forming. Willing %R shows it's overbought, so expect a small dip here and there. Momentum is really strong moving up. What I like about the last 3 days of price action is that all the moving averages are currently moving upwards. And so that really indicates a strong move in terms of the price point. And you get to see it actually did play the trading action zone. We're seeing a reversal here, and that is a good sign. Now, moving on towards the moving averages, the moving average band here is expected to trade 28 cents in the top, 25 in the middle, and 23 in the bottom. Now, I did as well add the Bollinger Bands just to show you a bit of comparison between the moving average bands and the Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands sits at 46 at the top and 5 cents at the bottom. There's a massive open area there, and there's a massive range, so I like the moving averages bands better. Stochastic fast and stochastic slow are both showing here that they're actually, there is another leg up with potentially a warning for a very slight risk of a pullback, but it does definitely show that there is another leg up. Now, Fibonacci retracement shows a support at 48 cents, 39, 33, 26, 19 cents, and 6 cents. The only resistance sitting at its way is 59 cents. Now, currently here, if we were to quickly go on to price actions, the current resistance is at 49 cents, 53, and then 59. Significant resistances are at 48 cents, and then 46 cents, and then, 46, 43, and then going all the way down to 40 cents, 38 cents, and then all the way down to 29, 27, 23, and 20. Now it comes to the question to Ed, what do you think about this one? Well, I'm definitely liking their pipeline. They have a product coming up. Their balance sheets are about to be a lot different. So it's better to, if you were to tell me about investing this one a year ago, I definitely said no. Right now, things are more going towards there is potential, and I say the potential. So changing a little bit of ideas there. In terms of short-term trading, I do think you might actually be able to trade this one on lows and highs. Just be careful with supports and resistances. I definitely think there is a possible leg up, although news and everything in between can really affect this one. But overall, I would say I'm more bullish than bearish on this one. What do you think about the sticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like. You have a wonderful day.